Okay, so I have this piece of, I have my prototype. I have this piece of cloth here. I can't really trust any edge, but I'm just going to make a general assessment of the grain. It seems to be proceeding in the right direction. Grain wants to go sort of horizontal or vertical. And I'm going to line up this nice straight cut that I have here, and then I'm going to come over and I'm just going to square it off along one edge. So I'll have two square edges. Okay, so I've squared off this corner and that edge using the grid. You can use your triangle if you want. And from there, I'm going to assess which side I want to use as the front. The side that's really shiny is the inside. It's the side that has the starch on it. So shiny side goes on the in, or you can do it either way. It doesn't really matter that much. And so I'm just sharpening my pencil here a little bit, because you need a very sharp edge to do this sort of thing. And coming in from 3/4 of an inch off the edge, I'm going to throw a couple of lines in here. Okay. And then I'll come 3/4 of an inch off of this top edge too. Remember, I've squared this off. I didn't just use this fabric straight as I found it. I had to make sure that I squared one edge of it, so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got two edges, and I know that this is 9 1/4 from one edge of the prototype to the other. Okay, I can just measure this right here. 9 1/4 is how wide the prototype is, so that's how much fabric I'm going to need inside of there. So 9 1/4 comes out there, 9 1/4 right there. Let's put another edge down. So I'm creating a space for the prototype to sit, and the height of this thing is 4 1/16. Actually 6, 5 15/16. So I'm going to make that same dimension here, 5 15/16. All right, so I have the space that this is going to sit within there. It looks good. Let's put the other 3/4 of an inch on the other side and on the edge, and we'll cut this thing down and get gluing. I don't need to do a line here. I'm just going to cut it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other one as well. Okay, so this is where we are right now. We're ready to glue. I've got a fabric, I've got a prototype, time to glue. In order to glue this particular gap, the best way to do that is to have another piece of cardboard, which I have right here. I'm going to cut out of my other sheet. That is exactly this width. Okay, because it just makes it easier to glue these things together. So it's 1 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and create 1 1/4 inch piece called a spacer. That I'm going to use to create space between the two boards. Okay, and I like to write spacer on it, so I don't get too confused with all this cardboard sitting around. So here is my board. This is the spacer. so that when I glue this thing down, I don't need to have this spine in there. I just use the spacer, pull out the spacer, and then put the spine into place.